Corey, what does this mean for corporations?
John, I think what it means is corporations are continually be more vulnerable to FX impacts. Negative surprises due primarily to increase in exposures and increase in volatility that we're experiencing today. So historically, if you look back, companies have always been impacted by risk. Economies have been up and down over the course of history, if you look historically, but today is different. We have a more intermeshed global economy, and those impacts are more specifically felt by corporates today. So the result, there's no longer a free pass. I mean, from a board standpoint, from the looking at a board, from a analyst, and shareholders are asking boards more direct questions. Boards are asking the C-suite more direct questions. Everybody wants to understand what they're doing to understand and manage the risk. So the FX will continue because of the increasing exposure and volatility to have greater impact and greater negative impacts on corporate performance. So what does that mean? That means that risk managers are going to have to do more with less. They're already tightly, you've been cutbacks in that area. They have to work smarter. They have to work harder. So what does that mean? They have to leverage automation. They have to look for tools and things outside of their current scope in order to do their jobs quicker and better. So enlightening to hear, they have to move from a paddle and put an engine on this boat in order to continue to be ahead and drive forward. So what does maintaining the current course mean? It means that you're at risk. You're at risk at sinking. So you need to look at changing, and you need to be looking at things, doing things better. So the solution, at the end of the day, and we see there's an iceberg here. In many cases, the risk is below the surface. The unknown is lurking down there. So the imperative is that you need to understand your exposure and your risk both above the line and below the line, because both of those have the direct impact on your net income and your EPS. Above the line, more from an economic perspective, how are you doing business in currencies around the world, both from a revenue, cost of revenue, and OPEX standpoints? How do those net? How do they impact each other? How are they correlated to each other? What is the overall impact? And below the line is coming from your balance sheet exposures, the business that's been transacted and you're just waiting to clear and settle back to your home currency. But both of those impacts need to be more closely monitored and more closely understood so that you can make good value-based decisions on what to do with those risks.
Good.
Yeah, that's great.
Okay.
You accomplished in under 3 minutes.